on board to Ladies Talk, where we'll talk about everything involving the ladies' folk. If you, of course, this is the maiden edition, and I should tell you that you are in for a great ride on this show. And I'm not going to be doing this alone. I have beautiful and gorgeous ladies in the building that will be riding with me this evening. My name is Evelyn Ohiola. You can simply call me King Eve or Evelyn, whichever one works for you. And let me just take on my ladies, let them say hi to you, and you will see how beautiful they are. Starting by my side right here. Look at that smile. How are you doing? Judith Ahana. I like to call you Ju, baby. How are you doing?
I'm fine, I'm wonderful. It's so nice to be here. It's so nice to be here with beautiful ladies. Sit here talking about ladies and talking about so many things, and I'm so glad to be here, Kiki.
Welcome on board. I'm fine.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. Alright, just next to R, I have another gorgeous lady staring into my eyes this evening. And I don't know what those eyes are saying, but she can help us out by telling us what those eyes are saying. How are you doing? Chikasi Obo, Chocolate Cassie.
I'm doing well. I'm doing great, Eve. I am happy to be here, happy to be amongst beautiful ladies, happy to be here for Ladies Talk and to discuss what we've got set for today. And of course, I have to compliment you too. You look good, as always.
Thank you so much. And the last but not the least, right here, I have Hembedum Babatunde. You can call us Spectacular Pheromone.
You got the name.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
How has everything been? You're looking amazing.
Thank you. You don't look bad yourself.
I like the way the whole hyping. Is it the sister helping sister? What do they call it? Women helping women or women hyping?
Women supporting women. I think that they are
Okay.
stating the obvious.
Okay,
The
so
ladies
it's
are
not
all
one.
looking very beautiful. And since you said I'm looking pretty too.
Alright, welcome on board, ladies. So what we will be doing for the show is we'll be talking about a trending, giving our views, our opinions about a trending issue on social media, on the internet, and it will definitely involve a female. And after which we will have a topic of discourse where you ladies will be giving your views on the topic of discuss. Hope you're ready tonight.
Definitely.
And if you're a guy out there, don't be left out, because anything that affects the women folks affects you, because you've got wives, you have a wife, you have a mother, you have sisters, you have a daughter, or you have daughters, whichever way it is. That means you are also welcome on board. We'll go for this break. When we return, it's a good time to talk about what's trended on social media.
Evelyn Ohiole,
Hi.
King Eve. How are you today?
I'm good, I'm fine, I'm alive.
I really feel like she's not giving the right answer to the question. When one asks you, how are you? And you said, you're saying, I'm alive. It's very annoying, seriously. How are you? I'm fine. I feel I'm fine will be the right answer instead of I'm alive. Not that I asked you if you're dead before.
Go and check all these 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, everybody, they are extraordinarily sexually active.
Michael, I feel is being unnecessarily hyper when it comes to the issue of sex, because we talk about other topics and it feels so reserved. It really doesn't have anything much to say when it comes to other stuff. But when it's the issue of sex, I believe he's being unnecessarily hyper. That's when I have to pick an issue with him. I mean, it's just being unnecessarily there when we're talking about sex. Just like a child, his mom just got him his favorite chocolate or ice cream, very happy, doing as though if he doesn't have sex for a day, he's going to die.
When it comes to finance, women also support their husbands financially. You need me emotionally. You need me spiritually.
Cassie is an amazing person, but I hate the too much attachment to that gender. I need you spiritually, I need you mentally. I can get these things anywhere with money. If you go by the topic was, who does marriage favors the most? You know how many jobless women they marry every Saturday? They are saying he favors you. Are the vex so?
Growing up, when I was in the world, we've heard of
Who are you
things.
now?
Well, MC Too Much said he likes saying when I was in the world, and the last time I checked, but it looks a bit innocent facially, but deep down, is he actually out of this world? We're all in the world now. As long as you're alive, you're in the world. So MC Too Much, I beg you to talk about that. I don't want to hear that. Next time you talk, I kiss my ass.
I think I have a problem with you saying ladies are champion, and that's the problem. Always trying to attach so much importance to that gender.
It's giving insecurity, it's giving low self-esteem, it's giving a blatant display of egoism. Because at the end of the day, a man who is secured in his words, a man who is confident of who he is, will not really be disturbed as to whether women are being referred to as champions or not. I mean, at the end of the day, Joseph's a really great guy, but whether he likes it or not, women are champions.
Welcome back to Ladies Talk on Western Spring Television Channel 190 on Star Times. And before we went on our break, we had the ladies introduce themselves. It's the maiden edition, and like I promised you earlier, that you are in for a great ride this evening. Now, back to the ladies of the house. I'm sure you all read through or you got interested in a particular story that caught everyone's attention last week. I'll talk about the story of Empress, the Nollywood actress, Empress Ujama, and her fiance. I mean, it was all over. You know, she just lost her friend, a very good friend, Ada Ame, and everyone was like looking out for her at that time. Like, Empress should not just go and hurt herself. She's not going to do something nasty or stupid. And just months after we are hearing this, she's got entangled in this mess. You know, when that news came out, and I heard our own side of the story and also the guy's side of the story, I was kind of caught in between on what to believe or what not to believe. You know, women, we usually come out with the old emotional game, come on camera, cry, tell you sorry. And once we cry, you all know, even if normally in the family, your homes, probably your brother did something that is not good to you, and you go to daddy, and they're like, Daddy, you know what he did? Your dad doesn't even know whether you are the one on your own side. When those tears come out, it's like, okay, your brother has done something terrible to you. But I don't know what you make of the old story. I know you already know what the story is all about, so I don't want to go bring up the story again. You know what the story is all about. Now, you saw those videos. You know, let's start with Chikasi.
Yeah.
What do you make of this old hula baloo?
Honestly, it's a mess. It's a complete mess. And you know, when I watched the video, that was the one that she did, I actually cried. I felt so emotional. I was like, oh my God, you know, I wanted to judge, but I'm like, who am I to judge? You know, I mean, it could happen to anybody and all of that. And then the guy came, said his own parts, and he was so bold about the fact that, oh, he took her passport, he took her cars, he was not even hiding or anything. And then, you know, the popular blogger also came with their own side of the story, and he's like, oh my goodness, what is going on here? Now, I don't know if what the blogger alleged is true or not, but if it turns out that that's a true story, it would make me feel very bad, because I wouldn't want women to, you know, mishandle the fact that we're emotional beings. Because if it turns out that she's lying, the next time somebody comes to the camera and cries or says their own side of the story, people are not going to be quick to believe them. So it's not something that we should take for granted. It's not something that should be misused or manhandled at all. Now, the whole issue of how she said he was trying to blackmail her, but actually he was not the one, or allegedly he's not the one. It's somebody else that was trying to blackmail her, and she was trying to, escape to the US with somebody else, and he found out, and that's why he took her passport and her cars and money, and it's so messy. It's not even something that I would have expected her to be involved in, because I see her as this person that is up there. You hardly see her involved in scandals and all. So the last time I even heard of her was the fact that she was devastated over Ada Eme's death. So her being in this mess is just something else. I don't even know how to wrap my. I'm just confused about it all. So I'm really just waiting for her to come and clear up, the allegations that have been laid against her, because those are solid, strong allegations that have been laid against her by this popular blogger. So I didn't have to come forward and say, okay, well, this is true or this is not true, because if she doesn't say anything, we are left to believe that there is a whole total mess.
All right, thank you for that. This guy seemed not to be a Nigerian, and a whole lot of people on social media have said, how can you come into our country and you're threatening our own very own empress? Who are you? Who you be? That kind of thing. But, when the whole story came out, we had more about the story. We got, for those who don't know, the name of the guy is Joshua Wade, and, he came out and actually accused Empress Njama of cheating on him, like having an affair after he engaged her, and he has been spending money on her.
And some of those money are even loans.
Yes, loans. And let's not forget the diamond ring that he used to propose to her. What a fortune!
Allegedly he has been investing in her in hopes of also getting something from her. So now he's like left stranded, and he's not willing to just let her slide.
He's looking as if he's on the losing side. So for everyone to be like, lose 50-50, I have to bring you out.
Exactly.
Because I see Empress, I hardly see her on social media. Like, she's not out there. The only time we could know she was out there was when she was dating Timaya. And she, then she was really out there because she was dating a superstar. She also being a superstar. But after that whole charade, she just went off.
And that time too, it was also alleged that she cheated on him. That was why he collected his car back.
Yeah, true. But if we have a pattern, do you get me? Now there is a pattern we can actually fall back on. If that was a claim from Timaya last time, actually that's why it took out, then we have to look deep into this, because social media, it's a world of its own. There is news flying here and there. You just have to, if you want to if you want to pick a new truth, you need to go back to the past. And if this guy is saying, I spent on this lady, I've done this for her, and she just wants to jilt me and just disappear with someone else. Taking from a far back story of someone she has dated in the past, then we can actually say maybe it can be true.
No, at the same time.
It's a maybe. I'm not saying it's so true, because when I watched that video, I saw her cry. I was like, hey, I was saying, I said, but, and I saw another post, and I was like, okay, baby, calm down. Don't pass judgment.
I was going to say, at the same time, if the guy decides to take this into court, and there's no signed agreement between the both of them, it's just that he was just giving her money. He was taking the loans, but he was giving it to her. There's nothing he can do. He can't hold it against her, because
now let's talk about the blackmailing part, and I'd like to bring Feromi in here this time. We've had a whole lot of time where our female celebrities, the other time it was Tiwa's nude all over social media, and now the blackmailing thing is this other guy, not the Josh Wade. There's another third party, the Abuja Big Boy Court, has been blackmailing her with nude videos of Empress Njama, and she has been paying, according to the guy, she has been paying him with his own money. Now, what is with this thing about celebrities and news?
Celebrities, I believe, when you're in entertainment, it's more about, we call it vain things, but, entertainment, it's art.
Okay.
So, being new to them is also, it's
part of entertainment.
Yeah, it's part of art.
Okay.
It's theirs though. It's their own their own art, and they want to appreciate themselves, see themselves in whatever way they want to, and it's not for people out there. But I believe that because of what they are into, and who they are. And it's not only celebrities. Many people would like to see themselves doing some other things, vicious things, sexual things, and all that. I believe is normal for human beings to be like that. Where it is wrong is where a third party gets to see it. And for me, it should become a norm by now. You understand?
It should become a norm. Like we should get used to just waking up in the morning and seeing someone's nude.
Like if somebody is threatening me or trying to blackmail me, I'm like, okay, go ahead and do it. I don't know how bad the stuff are. Is there more to it than what we already see? We already see all these people. I mean, we already see people, they expose themselves a lot.
Like in their bikini and the rest.
But this is not a bikini thing now. This is like
much
a
more
sex
intimate.
video. It's like a sex video.
You've seen every little detail.
I think as a celebrity, there are some do's and don'ts. Most anything anyone can hold a celebrity with is their nudes. So if you're in a relationship as a celebrity,
If you are putting your nudes out there,
yeah,
you should be prepared to face the consequences. If you already, how does someone get a hold of your nudes?
Me, I have a
Are you
strict,
using the external stuff to video yourself?
I have a strict personal rule, okay? Whoever it is I'm dating or friends with, no matter what, if you want to see it in person. But for you to ask me, even video call, you tell me you want to do a nude idol, because you could record it for your own pleasure.
Okay, you
I don't
know,
want to record
record
it.
Just be
So I
prepared to
never
be
do
very
it.
responsible.
Whether I'm a
if we
celebrity or
delve
not.
deeper into this Emperor's and Jama's matter, we will not discuss any other thing on the show tonight. But we will definitely stick around, watch it as the story unfolds.
because there is more.
There is more. That's it.
We
That's
need to
it.
hear from her. Okay.
Because now she's so silent about it. She has
needs
not
to
come
come
out
out
to
again,
say,
to
she doesn't come out to
cleanse.
debunk it and say, okay, no, it's a lie, it's a lie. And very well she's an actress, so she can decide to come out again with another lie.
Alright, okay, so talking about there is more, definitely there is more for you viewers on this show. Stick around, we'll go for another commercial break. When we come back, we'll table the topic of discuss for us tonight.
Turn it up! It's the Wild Wild West, and Western Spring Television is pulling out all the stops to make sure that you don't miss out on every of the fun and happenings around you. Yup, we've got you covered because your girls got all the juiciest tidbits and entertainment news from around the world. Cross over to the chocolatey side of entertainment. Join me, Chocolate Cassie, on Eccentric as we take you into every bit of the juiciest news, fashion, music, movie updates, and other trending conversations. Together on the show, we'll get personal with your favorite celebrities via phone call, Zoom, or even live here in the studio. Eccentric will be shown on your TV screen on Western Spring Television, channel 190, only on StarTimes.
Welcome back to Ladies Talk on WSTV, Western Screen Television, channels 190 on StarTimes. And if you're just joining us, I don't know where you've been to, but you know what they say, it's better late than never. Come on board and let's take you on that ride. Ladies Talk, we talk about everything concerning the ladies' fault, and like I said, the men are not left out. If you have sisters, if you have a wife, if you have a mother, if you have daughters, this is still for you. So do not change that channel. All right, ladies, thank you for staying with me in this studio. It's such a wonderful company with you guys. All right, so let's get on to the topic of discuss for today. And when I actually read this story, I kind of had goosebumps and at the same time was concerned about the kind of people we have out there. All right, so this story is about a lady that she's married, and she's married to a very, very, very good man, according to her. This man is a responsible husband and father, you know, and she has no cause to believe that he is cheating on her. But she said just because she feels they should take, she felt that they should take their sexual life to the next level, and she asked him, you know, honey, what's your sexual fantasy? Let me see if I can fulfill that for you, you know, to spice things up and all. And to our greatest surprise and shock, our husband said his sexual fantasy would be to have threesome.
Oh. Lovely.
To have somebody else share their bed.
Spicy.
Yeah.
It's spicy.
You know, making love to having sex or making love, whatever. Some people are somehow say it's two different things when you say making love and having sex.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that.
It's actually different.
It's actually different.
All right, to those that understand, some of us don't.
Which I don't.
All right, but then, okay, him making love to his wife and another person too with them, and she was shocked to her bones. How? Like, how would you even suggest that? How would you even think that? And you know, she's kind of scared, and she's asking, do you think this should be a deal breaker? Do you think I should call it quit? Because I don't even know the man I'm married to. But then on the other hand, she's saying, well, okay, this is just a fantasy. It doesn't mean he wants to like really, really get down to do this. I was the one that pushed him to say it, and he said it. But I don't know if I should make this a deal breaker, you know, leave him
Big deal.
because of this.
See, you asked for a question, you got an answer. So whenever you ask for something, a question, whenever I ask people questions that are so very deep, I just expect the bad or the good. And that's where I want to come in from. So, but for me, it's a no-no for me. I don't know for anyone. I don't know for any wonderful lady ever. For me, it's a no-no. Because if it's a fantasy can actually turn out to be a reality. Because if you watch, when we were kids, we watch all this Cinderella story and all this thing. They fantasize about being a princess and all that. And at the end, the fairy godmother comes and gives her the life she wanted. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So it was a fantasy that actually come out to be what? A reality. So if you nurture something inside of you, it grows. Because you're nurturing it. If it was a forgotten fantasy, he wouldn't even remember he had such a fantasy. So it was nurturing. It's nurturing, and it will get to a point he might not be able to curtail it anymore. Do you get me? So maybe he could see. Men can do so many things if they want to. You know, they say as they quote, it's a man's world.
Yeah.
So he can actually nurture the things to a point that he can tell his wife, women we're so emotional. I need this, and for us to work, we have to do this. And we women, we can make our marriage work. We don't anything to make it work. Do you understand? So she can actually succumb to it, even if it's against her will. But for me, it's something she should be for me, I would be concerned about it. But why would you even want to fantasize about having? Don't you love me? Why would you want to fantasize about having? You can't just pronounce it. I don't know. I find it so difficult to pronounce it because it's absurd to me. Like, am I not enough for you? Why would you fantasize about having someone else?
Okay,
let me
hear from you.
You know, for me, first of all, the first thing I will ask, the very first question, the threesome, is it 2 guys or 2 girls?
Ooh.
That's the first question. Because if you put it that way, and you tell him, yes, I will agree, but 2 guys, will he say yes? He would say no. Every man would say, why would another man be there to have sex with my wife? But you want me to sit down and watch while another woman is there. It cannot work. So these are these. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. If you want threesome to happen, then we'll do it set by set. The woman will come, then the man will come.
I need to ask those questions. Because you're not bothered about the
No, I am. Okay, I just tried to that. I feel like that's the question she should have asked him the moment he landed with that.
What he says, I don't care.
Men would never.
I'm telling you now, what he says, I
Except
don't
it's
care
bi.
if you're saying he's a
If
man.
he says that, then it's bi.
He
That's another aspect again.
He would
Between
never.
two men too.
He would never.
If he even says it, then it's bi.
Because he would
It
tell
means
you-
he likes both men and women.
Yeah.
That's what it means. Not like it's a bad thing though, but that's what it means.
That's what it means.
Now, why? This is why when you're single, they tell you to, live your life to the fullest. Because when you get married, you don't have freedom again. So while he was single, in fact, while they were dating, this is something that they could have experimented.
Explore.
This is something that he could have decided to do it maybe with a friendship benefit or with a fling. He could have lived his life to the fullest. Okay, I don't need to know about your escapades when you're single. But you could have done that. But then you now entering marriage, something you're supposed to be together as a partner to become one. You're not thinking about that kind of thing. You're telling me like that's a no-no. I can't even fulfill that for you. I can't even agree to it. It's like it's something that he should have done while he was single, either with his babe, with a fling, with somebody he paid. I
Or
don't
just
care.
pick someone to.
But
to
the
find
fact that
fantasy
he's
for you.
wanting that while he's married, it's going to actually pose an issue. Actually, she should be worried about it. She should be, because we've had situations where people that the people that they married are their first sexual partners, and the next thing they want to explore. She wants more. So it's always better. That's why I just feel it might not be like, not everybody might agree with me, but it's better for you to actually like live out your life, anything you're concerned about what you want before you get married, so that you can stick to your partner in the marriage.
Alright, so Fermi, I'd like to ask you, what should this lady be scared of really? Like, should she be scared of the fact that her husband is comfortable having another person make out with them, or should she be scared of the fact that she doesn't even know who she's married to?
I think that being scared or anything, this ship has already sailed. Man is a product of his thoughts. His fantasies are things that he has not been able to make a reality yet, because he has not gotten the opportunity. But as in the ship has already sailed, in that he could be already having the threesomes without the wife. You don't need to have the woman in the picture to have the threesome. Two women, two anonymous, right? Women, randomly. He could just go to a hotel, but if he's putting it to her, maybe he wants to bring it home. That's why I said the ship has already sailed. A man, he can do what he wants. He goes to work by himself. He visits different states and countries. But that is not what I'm not so shocked to hear this. I'm not so shocked as to this man's fantasies, even mild compared to.
Also, we have
savages. When you hear of their, they say, threesomes, it could just be a very naughty. It could be that the ship has sailed, or it could just be a naughty boy in his mind thinking, I want 2 pairs of boobies on my bed and butts and looking all that. It could just be that, and it could be that maybe that's his life and he's already living it. You understand? So, but I'm not sure, because a lot of people I have heard have these have open marriages and have threesomes and all that.
So for me, that's a separate
because
thing
we are
entirely.
still in a conservative place here, I don't know.
Because
It's shocking to the woman, plus they have been having a monogamous relationship. So it's a shock to her. But a man is a man. He's probably already sowing his is it wild oats? I don't know. It happens. I'm not shocked at all. What this woman should do is maybe she go for counseling if she cannot be open to that.
with him.
Yes. So they can investigate it thoroughly. Because no woman, I believe, you signed up for a monogamous relationship, not for when you introduce a third party. Relationships are hard the way they are.
But when we talk about this monogamous relationship, it's often said that men are polygamous in nature. Don't you think that is what's playing out with this?
My
guy?
man
That's what
told
I'm
me
saying.
that one. My man can use that as an excuse for me. I don't care if they are saying it's not my own man. You're not going to bring that into the picture.
But that does not change the
That's
fact
how
that
you
he's
create it.
polygamous in nature.
God did not make
God.
anybody that way. Men use that as a very silly excuse.
That's
do
not-
whatever
God
they
did not put in the
want.
Bible that I made man to be polygamous in nature. He didn't put it it that way. So yeah,
Who
that's
says that? But let's talk about the Bible that she mentioned. Let's cast our mind back, or let's go back to Bible school or Sunday school while growing up. Solomon had 300 wives, 700 concubines.
You didn't make it right.
Even
Men are monogamous. They are polygamous in nature.
Father,
Like we also have places in the Bible where it says a man shall leave his father's house and meet a woman and two
That
shall
is the
become one.
commandment.
Just two, only two becoming one.
Or not plenty. When you talk about Solomon having so many concubines, I think I have a very wide view of that. It still ruined his kingship.
But
Because it's still ruined because when he was having all those multiple women, he didn't know how to focus anymore. In the book of Proverbs, the Bible says that if you are a man, you have to stick to one wife if you want to become kings. So if you have so many multiple people around, it doesn't give you that access to becoming king because you will get confused. Women confuses you.
So you guys now, after you've confirmed and you've accepted that you confuse men.
You're beautiful. See how beautiful ladies.
But you are confucionists.
You can see chocolate
I'm
castle.
not thinking,
And you don't turn.
what I'm thinking is I want to address the men's virtue.
Yeah.
Men, everybody knows that their DNA, they are wired in a way that they are not emotionally involved when they have sex. So they are able to have sexual intercourse with different people.
And they're not attached.
Yes. So it's only what I'm saying. It's not like it's an excuse. It is that the way they are, their DNA is
They're wired like
yeah,
that.
like you can sleep with anything and not feel like they have to be committed. It has to take the law. Somebody of the authorities to make a man commit. We're talking about cohabiting. Why does a man, get tired of a lady and he wants to move to the next? But a woman, once we stick to one, we want to stay there and die there. Yeah.
That's how we're
But,
emotional that way.
It has to take court, marriage, and all that to make people want to, a man to be confined to a woman. All this is laws that are constricting. If the law was not there, that man would be sleeping with multiple women without caring. He's not answerable to anyone. That's how they are not emotionally attached. And if they love you too much, as if they love you, they care about your feelings, that is when they can, commit to you for a while. And when they get tired of it, as naturally, for me, that's what I think they are. Serial,
See, I jump from
Please don't come for me. I'm just trying to, excuse your behaviors.
I mean, they have a supporter here. You're like an advocate for men on this show.
Yeah, I am on your team.
All right. Okay. So, very quickly before we go for another break, do you think this should be a deal breaker for the woman? Do you think she should call it quit?
No, he hasn't done anything yet that she has got. I mean, like you can't just.
What if he has started?
It depends on how it actually
You can't jail a man for a crime he has not committed. He has not been convicted. He has not been caught.
Just like you baby
It's not
says,
your guilt.
if he says, okay, this is what I need for the relationship to work, if not, the marriage
Except if he's pressing for it.
Because
Then
now
it's
it's
an
a
issue.
fantasy that is being nurtured.
I don't think it's a fantasy. I think he just put it to her that she said, what would you need or what will you be needing for our relationship?
She asks for sexual fantasies, actually. And I feel like everybody has sexual fantasies. Okay, we all have that. You want to have sex on the beach, sex in the office, this, that. It's fine. You don't need to kill you for this. But if you're not saying that you do this or you know what,
That's when the problem. That's when
becomes
there's
an
a
issue.
problem.
Okay, so she shouldn't take it. She should take it with a pinch of salt.
She should
go for
She
counseling.
should be concerned
She should go for counseling.
because she has to be concerned. Because if you're not concerned, then you can just wake up one morning and you
Because definitely,
just hear it on the news.
it's something that you have been
Someone-
thinking about.
you
It's
know that she
possible
should
that
be
while he's
concerned.
even having sex with you, he's imagining that there's somebody
Someone
else
else
there.
beside
That's not a reason why she shouldn't even be scared. I mean, this is a man that I've been with. I have kids, we have kids together. I've been with
I
all
think
my
he should go
life.
through counseling and
For
get out
some
of the
years.
systems. He should go and explain himself and he should go and discover himself, explore himself and find out, if he can do without that fantasy. And if he can't, his wife may oblige him at some point. Because fantasies
Oblige him at some point, like allow another man have
The painful part is that if it feels like to be told, will this man even want to oblige or even listen?
Men do that to their wives.
No, in that aspect, men don't. Men
And
don't.
so when it comes to their
They don't want to hear
they see it
that
as a
a
property.
man is
No
sharing
one
their
can
babe.
share this with me. But when it comes to them, they are always like, I can share myself.
A man will tell you, if I cheat on you, then just like you said, I'm not attached to her, so it doesn't mean. But when a woman cheats on you, that means your emotions have been
Because
attached.
a woman would not ordinarily sleep with someone except she loves the person.
Women are emotional.
Yes, if a woman sleeps with someone, a woman cheats on her husband, means there's something better about that person, and she loves something about that person more than that her husband. So a man will be more concerned. I'm speaking for the men because it's true.
Because they always say, in quotes, those men say, they said, make a pick for you, they say, opener. That's why they open plenty things. Get right to everything. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Say, we open something.
So they open plenty things. They can open, women can't. It's only one.
Yes, men are
Then
like
they
givers.
open plenty. So because of that thing, because of that notion, they can tell you, okay.
I'm sure it's a man that brought up that. Because they're the
ones
that always sit down and think about such.
Because you know we are wired to be one place, like we're wired to receive. But then they can open different places.
They are like givers, they are like areas.
So because of that, they feel they are opportune or licensed
But
to have so
if
many.
you're in them, if you're talking about openers, let's talk about sharpeners. I mean, a sharpener can sharpen so many pencils. And I'll take the sharpener to beat the woman. What about that?
That's
Because
the
we
thing.
try
It
to
goes
use illustrations that favor ones and men
Favor
talk about.
themselves.
So if I want to say, okay, a woman who can cheat, and I use the whole sharpener.
It's not an
analogy.
excuse, it's the reality. That's what I'm saying. Life, men carry life, men give life, men are there, it's troubling them.
Men carry life, we carry
We
life.
carry
No. They are
We
not-
give life.
For 9 months, the child is
We
here.
nurture life.
They give it.
They give it, they're the ones carrying the babies.
So they have a lot of. They have a lot of
literally
lives
have
in their
life.
lives.
Yes,
Waiting
all
me
the
down.
If
I carry
we
life.
don't bring it out,
are working.
if we don't bring it out, how would they see that life?
You know
That's what I'm saying.
saying.
Because of what they're carrying is bothering them.
Yeah.
A man can easily get erected. A man is there thinking
So
of
you
sex.
think we don't get 22?
We get money, but it's
No,
something
see,
that is one of
this is
us.
No.
Something doesn't.
You know when a woman goes through when she's on ovulation?
Ovulation. Do you know what she goes through?
Because
See,
you are
men will tell you,
Everything is standing
I'll
there.
get blue balls if I don't have sex. All those are lies. We get turned
The
on.
greatest lies when they
We
say
do too.
when they don't have sex, their body's spinning.
It's true.
You think we don't see fine boys on the road that we admire? Come on.
No. We are wired in a more conservative way. I said because nothing is there worrying you.
I
disagree
with that.
They want to swim out.
I disagree with that.
I don't get it.
Do you know how we
I
feel
tell you
during
that.
ovulation? Do you know how we women feel during ovulation?
How do you feel?
We feel so.
You feel like you want somebody.
Let me break it down. Your body literally does everything to manipulate you into getting
it.
sperm. Like even your discharge will smell better when you're ovulating. You get
This
when
is
you're
biology now.
ovulating.
It's getting
Like
very
even
gross.
when you're ovulating.
Everywhere is standing.
You just,
Like
I'm
seriously.
telling you, like your uterus just want you to go get sperm.
You trust have you?
For
I
real.
to you.
I'm serious. That's what happens
That's
when
what
you're
happens when
ovulating.
you're ovulating. Because every even if
Why
your
your
body
body
just
doesn't
touches
want
you,
it?
just like small, you're already you're already there. Do you
Like the
understand?
sensation we go through, and we try to cut and then you tell me because you're a man and your dick stands anytime. That
So
means
It's not
Your
the
license.
baby's in the man wants to
we
come
want
out.
to want to be matched.
Hello, ladies. Can we bring it down? Yes, I know that we have gone past the talking to some biology class there. But whatever way.
Yes, it goes smoothly.
Alright, we'll go for another break. When we come back, we will talk about solutions, what the woman should do at this time. Stick around, we'll be back.
Arrested, affected, sound, found. What do we see? What do we say? Flowing from a spring. A fact A to Z. Check and confirm. Eva is pounding current events. Traveling down from the business gist to the globally arising happenings, to the sports news, to the bittersweet infos. Guided transmission, even diffusion, vast and fast. Detailed facts are fled. Within seconds, nuggets of words that flew across borders are fired. Stories short and long, wrapped in bundles of words, broken and dissected as it is, except misheard. This is the news as it is.
Welcome back to Ladies Talk right here on Western Spring Television. And before we went on that break, we were discussing about an issue which a lady, talked about on social media, reached out to us, and she said that her husband has a sexual fantasy, and that is to have a threesome. And it was shocking to her because she would not have imagined that her husband would have that kind of fantasy. According to her, this man is a very responsible man, is a caring husband and father. But at this point, she doesn't know what to do because she doesn't know if she should be scared for herself and for the life of our daughter. Because we never can tell. He's talking about a threesome now. Tomorrow he might be fantasizing about having sex with his daughter. That's it. I feel that's why she's scared. Because if it were to be someone you think, okay, there are people that you can't put some issues past them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I know he should be able to know. But her hearing something of such from him, and she's shocked. Like, how did he even think about that?
And probably he's this person that is not really
So I think that's why she's a bit scared. So let's talk about solutions. If she were to be right here with us, and I'm sure she should be watching, if she were to be right here with us, what would you tell her to do, Farron?
For her to say the guy has been responsible, I don't think if we just that's anything serious about the man, or shocking or alarming, or so weird about the man wanting a threesome and having it as a fantasy. Like, I feel like it's just a naughty boy's dream. I think the way she described him, like, he's a kind of nerd. And he's thinking probably he didn't ever play out all those kind of stuff before he married. And it would be like he's wondering what it would be like to have two ladies, perform all kinds of things on him. So I'm thinking that he's not so, out of the box. Like, he's still a reasonable person. He should not be so alarmed or afraid. But for the sake of their marriage and future, they should go to a professional for counseling so they can understand their boundaries, and set boundaries if they aren't already.
And she might also have a fantasy that she really
And
wants
if
to
they want, they
explore.
can now indulge each other,
Yeah. Probably our own fantasy may be, having sex with an old man.
Oh my
There
God.
are
old men. No offense.
no offense to old
Huh?
men. You guys are amazing. I'm just saying.
Because every man must grow old. And every woman too.
At that point,
that fantasy will be fulfilled when they
at
grow
that
old.
point, they should just consider, if he has fantasies, they should just consider open relationship, open marriage. That is just what it's going to be for them.
The
Because
open marriage.
people do that, okay?
If they are both
it
comfortable
works-
with it.
And
It's
it
not
works,
one party,
it works
you know.
for some people. No, I don't feel like something that will ever work for me, but for some people it works for them. So if she also has fantasies, he also has fantasies, they could both do. But at the same time, if he's not insisting on the fantasy being played out, then you should, let it slide, just watch. But if he is, then you should tell him, we'll do 2 sets, like I said. The man will come. The man will come, 2 men with her, and then the woman will come, 2 women with him. If he's not ready for that, then you should go and sit down. Simple as that.
And what if she is not down to having threesome?
If he insists on it, then
If he insists on it and I do not, and the woman do not want to.
then she should just know that her marriage is at stake, because if he's insisting and she's not giving it to him, he's looking outside. He's going to go and fulfill that fantasy somewhere, but he will not tell her.
What if he's
But
being
it's
bound
real.
by, you know,
It's
religious laws and all that? He might not.
Has it ever stopped men from cheating before?
They don't do it openly.
Exactly. It has never stopped men
It's
before.
always this way. They don't do that openly. All right, so Judith, let's hear you.
For me, I think she should. Every man has someone they respect, someone they look up to, someone they talk to, like a mentor or something. Because someone older has more experience like this thing than someone inside. So if he has a mentor, maybe someone he talks to, she can put it to him like, this is what is happening in their marriage.
What if he feels offended? That's like a
No,
personal, that's sexual talk.
that's
That's
like
Whole
personal.
matters too.
not really whole matter. If it's gonna cause a whole lot of chaotic, make the marriage maybe
Right.
husband slander, wife slander, and say what kind of stupid fantasy because I asked you for fantasy. You get, because some things like that can happen. So for her to bring this issue here, it's because it's an issue now. Do you understand? So it's not for her to, if it was something that she could slide on, she would have just taken it in and not bring it up to us to talk about it. So if they talk about it, which they have done, and she has brought it up, of course it's a matter we are discussing here.
Yeah.
So it's no longer a personal matter, like you said. It's now a matter for discussion. So she needs to take it to someone he respects. So tell them this is what is going on in our home, and my husband has this kind of fantasy. How do we go about it? I don't like it. He comes and say, okay, maybe it's just a fantasy. So there's a way communication, marriage grows.
But then again, they have sex toys that are like human beings. That could be another alternative.
Oh,
You have like life sex dolls. So instead of me allowing him to do it to another woman, so maybe
that's even the worst.
so maybe we can do that.
She's even another option.
That's another alternative.
If she would not want to share,
So
her
She should not be cheating on you to another woman. It's be a doll.
They should talk about and come into a conclusion, because at last, they are the one in the marriage, not us. So they have to come to a conclusion. They have to communicate with each other. Okay, maybe it's just a fantasy. I don't think it will ever grow. I will kill those fantasies. Do you understand? She can say, okay, fine. Why? Let me make it dramatic. Let me be two ladies. When you
role play,
changing costumes and stuff like that. Let me be two ladies. Because there's so many things to use. Because I know what that man is looking for is something to spice up his marriage.
Exactly.
And maybe their sex life is dying and they're no longer seeing themselves. Maybe they're married as youth and they're losing it. Kids can come.
Maybe she even asked him that because he doesn't come to her for sex and she's
so
wanting to know what she can do
they
to
can
make
look
it
for
better.
more. She can give him more exciting fantasies, role plays. There are different things to do.
BDSM.
I'm telling you.
What did you say?
Yeah, BDSM is also. Do you understand?
You would have
It's not. No. They don't literally flog.
It's not as deep as that. There are different levels.
There are different levels to
spice
up your
I think probably on another edition we're going to talk about this BDSM thing, because I do not see the sense in you.
You are just you take it so far.
It's actually that's the thing. It's not that you
They're
are
extreme BDSMs. They're very extreme BDSMs.
so you could be tied up, you could be handcuffed, you could be choked. It just adds to it.
It's not like you're
The bondage adds to it.
No, see, King, you're taking this to extreme.
Okay, so
There are some extreme BDSMs. Do you understand? But there are some.
There are actually people that fantasize about being raped by armed robbers or thieves. So this is how they actually play it out. So some of them actually being in that situation. They have to tie them.
These are sick minds. It's sick minds.
Yeah, but that's how they get to deal with it.
Sick minds.
That's how they get to
It's
deal
not
with
something
it.
that you can use and generalize and call it a norm or something where you can
To you.
A sick mind. How would you just
They are just people just have different mindsets. Okay, different fantasies.
Well, you know BDSM.
I know BDSM.
And you know BDSM
Yeah,
too.
of course.
And
I've read about it.
I've read about it, but it's
Have
not
you
something
practicalized
there's not something I can engage in, but I'm just saying, if they're looking for ways to spice up their marriage, or their sex life,
When did you say it?
I think you should just.
you understand?
Like, you can't do it.
But
I'm giving people now advice. It's advice. I'm saying it's not wrong. If you want to use this spice up,
nothing is wrong.
It's just
contextual.
It's just for
The
me.
wrong
I
directly,
can't.
but it's in
I know some of us as if you're gonna be true to ourselves in this room.
Yeah.
I know some of us has taken some slackness before.
Okay. Be spank and all of that.
Yeah.
It has to be spice. Be your helping pull.
No, you get it. So
it's
in
nice.
spite of it, so Jala said that
It's so much
and
to
their
my
minimum.
head.
Oh,
And
you
spank me.
or pull me. It's just
Alright, so I was just say that you ladies have been amazing on the show. Fermi talked about them seeing a professional, and
He's
I
good.
will actually lean more towards that angle because I feel this guy needs some help.
Professional help.
You know, he needs some help. We may see it as he's trying to spice up their marriage, but I think he needs some help, psychological help. Because today it might be threesome, tomorrow it might be gay, he wants to, go have sex with a man.
Or
The next tomorrow it might be he wants to have sex
It's
with
not
a
that
child.
deep in.
No, I'm just saying, so
It's
let's
not
give
that
get
deep.
help so we know if he will be on drugs, he will be on.
you're taking this to
I'm just saying,
People
boys.
use
I'm just
marijuana
saying.
and all that to spice up their
I'm just saying.
Not like it's that
But
bad.
then, if you guys have been so
Oh,
He
amazing.
just wants a in his
Thank you so much, Lucy. Hannah, thank you for coming on the show.
I'm so glad to be
And
here.
Chocolate Cassie,
Thank
Cassie,
you.
although you've been amazing on the show.
Thank you.
And of course, Hambadum. But I love the way I call your name.
I love the way you pronounce my name.
With emphasis on your dome.
Thank you for coming. All right, we'll do this again next week. And to you, our dear viewers, thank you for being a part of our world. Come again next week on Ladies Talk. My name is Evelyn Ohiola. See you next week.